cam.
Speed.
Scene 2.1, take 1.
And action.
My name is Macy, and I served as producer on Grayson's Grace. Grayson's Grace was all about this guy who was put into jail by one of the prisoners, and he was able to get freedom at the last second.
It's an app being submitted to some of the most prestigious film colleges in America. So their requirements are 2 minutes, no dialogue, and a character must make a choice.
There was one part in the film where we had to show that the monster was coming up next to the jail cell.
We brought about probably close to 1,000 little baby rocks into the studio, and we put them all over this new stage that we had just built.
So we were shaking the platform and hoping that would work, but it didn't really sell the effect that much. And then I saw somebody take a step on this platform that we made, and it was like moved a little bit, and I was like, wait. So Christy and I both jumped at the exact same time, so that way it looks like a big monster is taking one step at a time.
We're so good.
So we're trying to use PVC pipes to build the gel bars as foreground and then incorporated with the LED wall we have in the school studio.
And so basically we would have to drill holes into them because it was kind of like an interlocking piece of furniture, kind of like stick them to the holes, and then I think you have to screw them in on certain parts.
The hardest part of spray painting is just making sure you get every spot, because we were spray painting something white, black, so there was such a difference there that if you missed a spot, it was very noticeable.
I remember at the end, when we were almost done with the spray paint, after flipping it over and everything, we realized we were running out of cans, and we were scarcely using the spray paint to make sure we covered what we needed to. And at the end of it, they managed to get it just right.
So for Grayson's Grace, we had to incorporate in this monster that Christy had in her head.
At first, we had the chicken wire and the base of the mouth that moves. And we spent 5 minutes brainstorming how on earth we were gonna grab just this giant sheet of just wire and make a whole dinosaur out of it.
It feels different. I feel like I'm in a cell right now.
Over time, as we weren't working with the wire and molding it and shaping with our hands, we learned to manage it and to sew it together, and we learned to fold it, to make creases on it. We would bend it inwards to make the curves sharper.
So I was there for 2 days when we were making it. The first day went actually pretty well. It was super messy. We put in a lot of work. We were super proud of what we had made. And then we get to the second day, and we moved out the tail, and pretty much as soon as we picked it up, everything just completely fell off, and we saw all of our work just go.
Alright, let's see if we can sneak something.
At least it wasn't in the studio.
Exactly. So we're gonna have to redo this.
So, we have a couple of options. Try and re-paper mache everything, which would take a long time. We only have 2 days left.
And it's just kind of peeling off really easily,
Which is not good, and it'll make a huge mess in the film room, and we don't want that, especially near the wall. Or, over here, we have some crocodile carpeting almost, but it's textured. So it looks like actual crocodile scales. The problem with this is that they do look a little small, and this thing is huge, so it may not look as good.
So our third option was to transform the type of monster into sort of a spectral ghost form type thing, where we just had the actual chicken wire and we lit it with salt and peppers to make it look like a ghost. And that's the one that we went with.
Filmmaking is always about problem solving. We had a lot of unforeseen problems that need to be sorted out during the filming process, but I'm glad that we took the risk of building this monster as more like a magical creature instead of like a traditional dinosaur-like creature. And at the end of the day, I feel like what fulfilled me the most is the sense of us banding together and heading to the same goal.